Fucking Brad is here.
And then
Okay,
we'll
did
just,
I post this in the wrong chat?
no, we've got a million guests. That's scary. All right, I'm gonna get this rolling. I'm gonna try to bring some heat tonight.
Bring some heat.
All right,
Because we're both so refreshed. It's so early.
1, 2, 3. And you even fucker. All right, that was my countdown to get ready in my head to psych myself up. I've never had a guest fuck me up before, unintentionally or not. God damn, that's really funny.
Good work. Good work. Good work.
And welcome back to episode 527 of the Unpaid and Underrated Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Big Keith, joined as always here by Big Joey.
Hey, bring the heat.
Yeah, this is Unpaid and Underrated. We are a podcast by crew for crew. We got a special guest this week, Big Antonio. How you doing, buddy?
I am excited to be here.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that. Welcome. What are you drinking, buddy?
Much like Big Tanner, I am a Coke Zero drinker. I do have the magnet stuck. I'm in my office. It's usually in the gym, but I do have I've got some Weller Antique 107 in the Drink Spotter XL in case I get a little thirsty.
Nice.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Are you gonna mix that with the Coke?
Oh,
that's not a mixing. That's not a mixing whiskey.
I'm not really a mixer. I love bourbons, but I usually like drink them neat, drink them straight. So
is that more of a sip, or you're not like taking shots out of a like an expensive glass of whiskey, right? So it's more of just you kind of just sip it and do like half.
Yeah, definitely. A Glencairn or just on the rocks glass and just enjoy it.
Yeah, I've had whiskey in probably 20 years, so I'm like, I don't know, it's drinking some Jim Beam. I wouldn't want to sip that.
It's the wrong bourbon to sip.
Yeah, someone will have to introduce me some good bourbon one of these crew meetups. I'll take a sip of it. I've got the I don't know. I'm still chugging away at the Fruity Pebbles Liquid Death. I'm gonna, I think I've got like 8 more of those.
Is it the same can from 2 weeks ago?
Nope. It's still, I mean, it was until like 3 minutes ago before I finally pried it out of the death grips of the Strong and Silly pint.
So funny story. You posted about that, and I bought some. I found it on Amazon.
Yeah, same. That's where the wife got it.
It is as bad as advertised.
Yeah, although it's not great.
I did find if I mix it with vanilla whey protein, it just makes the shake taste like something I do want to drink. So I've been drinking that way.
Yeah, it was very much talked up in the Discord, and they sold me on it. And then it's like a fucking 4 out of 10. I don't know, maybe a 5.5 out of 10. It's not great.
See, I love Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles, but that does not sound good.
No, it's because I keep thinking like, man, if that was a Fairlife protein shake and it had that flavor, maybe it kind of like a strawberry like protein shake, like maybe it wouldn't be as goofy, but like, man, it's just not good. It's just not good. No, but I'm not one to waste stuff.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles with water, and I'm all for the struggle, but it is definitely the taste of poverty.
Yep,
I'm drinking these cherry cola zins. Yeah, that wasn't as funny as I thought. Fuck you.
You're funny like me, not.
Not.
Is that the beautiful You and You shirt that I see you're rocking? I can only see
it is.
Head. Yeah, there it is. There's that logo that Tommy made. Nice. That's
They only had 2X, so I squeezed into a.
Yeah, when people think I'm joking when I'm like it's limited sizes. Like I haven't seen the updated one for a few weeks, but like everything above 2X was gone, and like the common sizes was like under 3 or 4 each, if that. I think so. Not a large plethora. A large plethora. That's an oxymoron, isn't it? Isn't large and plethora?
No,
the
but
same thing?
It's not an oxymoron because oxymorons are
it's a double
antithetical things. Yeah, it's just
redundant.
Redundant, yeah. It's redundancy.
There we go. So
it's a large giant humongous plethora of a large amount of things. Yep.
Yeah, that. I'm just walking out the brick gym shirt on the comfort colors. Big
Got
fan.
me the Natural for Life on tonight. Yeah, yep.
Nice.
Yep.
It's a good one. It's a good one. So I got a whole bunch of stuff here. So the 100-meter row, I finally got into that. I've had the rower for probably a few months now. I think I've used it like twice. But I was like, well, every time I try to do it, I try to do it like for like 5 minutes, and then I just like get burned out, and my feet hurt, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, if everyone else is doing this in like 15, 20 seconds, I was like, okay, worst it's gonna take me is however long, and I was like, I can do that. So I gave it a couple good goes, and I think I got it in what the fuck did I get? I don't remember. It was not a great score, but it was I don't know. It was like 5 seconds off of what a lot of the other people were doing, but for me, I was pretty happy for being the first time doing it. But that's something I could see myself doing. Like it felt good enough to be like, all right, unless someone wants to pay me $1,000 for the rower, which is like it's new value. Like I'm not, because I've had it on Marketplace since like a couple weeks after I bought it, just to like see if anyone would give me an obnoxious number. And I've gotten several $800 offers. I'm just like, yeah, for $800 I'll keep it. But if you want to throw me 1,000, maybe I'll think about it. But now I'm kind of like, man, I might. I don't know. I'll get a couple more sprints on it and see how it goes. But I'm not sold entirely yet. But it's the first time it's impressed me, I guess. And a little more gym stuff. We did the stall mat gripper. I took it to the commercial gym, and honestly, like no one impressed me there. Granted, most people it was like after a strongman session, and no one really tried too hard, and everyone was like the first time touching it. So figuring out if you're trying to like just do all four fingers and try to like get under the nub, or if you're doing like your pointer finger trying to hook grip around a nub, and I don't know. There wasn't a great success there, but what did have great success was Big Stephanie, supporting member. She, whatever it was, I think she had like 91 or 92 pounds on the double hand and freaking killed it. So very impressed with that. And then I had to, I had yet to do my double hand, and I could legitimately only get like 10 or 11 pounds more than her. So she has a significantly better deadlift to stall mat gripper ratio than I do. So well done.
I did finally order one. I told myself, I'm like, I don't need it. I'm not that
right.
And then the last week's episode, Big Kurt talking about all this grip stuff. I ordered it, so it's on its way.
Nice. That's kind of what got me. It was like, man, I can literally go to the garage and make one. I even did. I made like a half-assed one out of some old mats, and I was like, all right, well, it's not the same, and I can't get on the leaderboard with this, and it's just like they sold camaraderie, like they literally like boxed up camaraderie and like community and sold it to you on a stall mat for $50, and I was like, well done. Let's see. They had the new drop. I did not get to partake in that yet because we are recording a little early, and I do think pretty much just got done with life and house stuff. So I did see what it was. It was the new ammonia, the stall mat ammonia. Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure what that's going to smell like. So that is yeah. If there's any left after Crew Falls, maybe I'll pick one up. But like I don't know, man. If I want to smell stall mats, I'll just like lay on my floor. But I do need more ammonia, so I'll probably end up just like ordering it next week out of the blue because I've got like 4 bottles of ammonia and only one isn't cash. But I can't throw away like Obsidian ammonia bottles. I just need to like start a collection of dead ones somewhere and just know that they're dead. What else did they have? They had the new drink spotter light in black as opposed to the tan, and then 2 new rebranded shirts.
Yeah, as you were talking, I literally just ordered the peach Silly Goose Barbell one. I didn't I didn't order the blue because I talked myself out of needing a new shirt, but that peach they talked to me.
Was the peach one on Comfort because the original was on like OG?
It was on Comfort, which is kind of what talked me into it, and I did order a size up as well because I need fat guy shirts.
That's gonna be a on that one. It's gonna be a big old shirt. And then what was Was it a gym shirt in a different color? Was that the 4th item? What color was it? Oh, was it?
You can't say green,
one, right?
If it's Comfort color, you can't call it green. It's like olive army.
Yeah, green adjacent.
Olive army jungle, everything but green.
Do you want to do one of yours?
Yeah. I'll do both because I only have the 2.
Yep.
New job update, going great.
Nice.
What a complete 180 from my old lifestyle. I go to work. I'm learning how to use woodworking. I'm building skids. I'm picking up heavy stuff every day. Giant fucking doors. If you've ever picked up a door, which you probably have. But once you pick up 50 of them over and over and over again, as somebody messaged me today, is like, well, at least your GPP is keeping up. And I was like, what the hell is GPP? But I learned that pretty quick. So I'm looking forward to a bench session tomorrow night. But yeah, I don't think I have smiled leaving work in 7 years.
Oh, nice.
And today it was just like I'm covered in sawdust. I was doing nothing but like woodworking and building skids and stuff. And I'm not forklift certified yet. Apparently they won't do that. So for most people, they don't do that for the first 90 days, but they, seeing my first couple of days are going to fast track me because apparently some of the people they've hired have been fucking morons. And
they want to invest that time and get them certified.
But they brought me in and like after like the first 2 days we're like, yeah, I think you might be one of the better hires. And I was like, well, good. Like that's
But I would hope so. Like I'm a 40-year-old adult male.
Yeah.
I'm not a drug addict. I should be able to, to be able to do this job to its fullest potential.
So I'm way happier. Getting up at 5 a.m. has not been a problem.
Nice.
For me at all, because I set my alarm for 5:15, but I am still up at 5 anyway.
Yeah, I got a text from you at like 5:02 the other day or something. And I was like, granted, I think I saw it at 5:15 when I got up, and I was like, wow, you've never beat me to the punch in the morning. I don't think ever.
No, and actually, I beat you to the punch posting the.
Yeah, I saw that.
The episode. And I woke up and saw you hadn't done it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna freak him out and do it.
It's like, you fucker.
Yeah.
Okay. It was enough work getting Facebook and Discord and. It's like a lot goes into that because then I gotta copy this from here and I gotta copy that picture from this and I gotta remember which fucking picture it was and I gotta open up like 3 goddamn apps or links to.
Yeah, but now I have an hour every day in the morning to help you out. But then I really don't look at my phone for the next 8.5 hours.
Isn't it nice? That's kind of.
It is. Well, I used to have 2 phones and I used to have to be nice. On one of them all the time. And then the Morgan update. So she comes in last night. I'm watching Alien Earth, trying to catch up. That's a whole other rant because Disney Plus stopped telling me there was new episodes, so I'm 3 episodes behind. So I'm trying to catch up. Like I
watch it on Hulu, and this pretty much it's very.
I'm watching it, and she comes in. She goes, "Can you take your headphones off?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." She goes, "So I'm listening to your podcast. Have you fuckers never heard of a lychee?" And I went, "No, of course we haven't. That's an awful. Like I've heard of lychee." She was talking about the things with the biggest pit.
Oh, a fruit. Yeah. Multiple people talked about different fruits.
Yeah.
We should maybe have a follow-up on that at some point. But
and she's like, lychee has the biggest fruit to pit radius or whatever ratio.
Pit to fruit.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but lychee are the most disgusting snot.
I don't even know what that is. I have
exactly.
I don't even know.
She goes, does Keith never heard of a lychee? And I was like, no, Keith has never heard of a lychee because they're disgusting and awful. But I think they would win for pit to fruit ratio. And she brought up another one too, and I was like, no, nobody knows what. She brought up mango, which somebody in the Discord.
Someone else did say, "Oh, it looks like a strawberry with herpes." What the fuck?
Yeah, no lychee.
That's weird. What the fuck is that?
It's like they add a lot of the flavors.
It looks like garlic inside. Like it's fucking disgusting.
And the texture is genuinely snot.
That looks like something out of fucking Aliens. What the fuck is that?
But they put a lot of that into like juices and sparkling waters and things like that.
God damn, that looks gross.
No, it's the worst. I tried one raw once and I said it was like eating an oyster that wasn't alive. Like it was awful. Yeah. So big ups to Amalav for bringing up lychee and being confused and nobody has ever heard of it because nobody has ever heard of it. It's disgusting.
I still have to add pit to the Google. I'm trying to like see.
You're gonna pit to.
I want to see like the whole thing. Oh wait, so the white thing is the fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's nothing to it. It's just literally the shell/skin. Okay.
Yeah, you eat the slime around the pit.
Yeah, that literally like there's a shell, and then there's a slime.
Okay.
And then there's
the
a pit.
There is a pit. I mean.
My wife is from Honduras, so I am well.
If only Gary ask ChatGPT that question for us, Gary, and get back to us, and or anyone in the Discord.
Speaking of Gary, I'll do my last section here. Yeah. Our boy was hit by a car on his bike. He's pretty scratched up. I was messaging with him today to find out how he was doing. He said he was on his way to urgent care because I think he waited a day or so just to see if it got better, but he's pretty roughed up. So I know you're not here right now, Gary. If you are, I missed you signing in, but we love you.
It's literally Brad Rankin. That's fucking Gary.
Are you serious?
Did you not know that?
Who the fuck is Brad?
I hope this isn't a bit. I don't think. I think this is real.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Brad Rankin is Gary.
And ahoy! Oh, this,
ahoy hoy!
I thought he was telling us that was the fruit. I think he's just talking gibberish.
There he is. He's shirtless. He's showing us off his cuts. But anyway, hey man, yeah, we love you. We hope you get well soon.
Yep. Glad it wasn't
taken
worse.
care of. Yeah, glad it wasn't worse. Sorry about all the jokes crew decided to make under your post. So I guess that's our way of dealing with stuff sometimes.
Well, yeah.
But know that it comes with love.
Indeed. And make sure you send all. Jake loves it when people post brews updates, especially when they're near your chode. So give them all those.
Jeez.
Sport. I got a little. I would say it kind of a sports and books segment, but mostly books. Sports being fantasy football. I'm 1-1, not doing the best. Got my ass kicked last week. Oh well, got a lot of shitty players. Books. I did start reading and have consumed probably about 69% approximately of what the fuck book was I reading? What is that? The Hail Mary project. Hail Mary project. Hail Mary something or other. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't fucking remember, but anyway, nope. It's good.
No clue.
Tanner's talked about it multiple times. It's like the same guy that wrote The Martian. I usually steer clear of Project Hail Mary. Thank you. I usually steer clear of books that aren't in a series because I'm a mass consumer, if you will. So if I'm going to invest time in a book, I want it to be in a world that is built and I can read like at least minimum a trilogy of. But it had great reviews. A lot of people were talking about it, so I was like, all right, I'll join in on the fun, similar to the horse stall mat. Like, I can actually talk to a handful of people. I know at least 5 people at Crew Falls that are going to be there that have read this book. So, conversation piece. So far so good. Very interesting book. A little sciencey, but it's kind of like dumbed down sciencey, so it's still like readable for the average person. And I think a 12-year-old could read it and still get value out of it. So. Apparently, I'm a slightly average 12-year-old.
Based on the amount of dick jokes you make, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. We can do let's do the Tommy's YouTube video. Antonio, did you get a chance to watch that today? I think it hit around this morning.
I did. His hair was in rare form. I'll say that.
Down, it was flowing.
Yeah. Although I gotta say the title, it was the ultimate minimalist powerlifting garage.
It's not a minimalist gym.
And I'm like, man, when you've been touring the country, I think it gives you a skewed perspective of what gyms are. I'm like, this isn't minimalist at all. He's got
come see my gym.
It's like a $10,000 gym. That's not minimalist.
Come see my gym. You want minimalist?
That's probably it's got to be more than 10,000. He's probably got a $15,000 gym.
Just in daisy chains alone.
I did have to add daisy chains to my Amazon wish list for Christmas, but like there was to get orange ones, there was like $35 for orange ones versus like the $12 for the red ones. But like I don't care, I want orange ones. Like it's a present, so it's not like it's money out of my pocket, so it's good stuff.
I did not get to watch it because, like I said, I got home from work, ate, and got on this.
And Gary in the chat there, it is the audiobook I'm consuming. I haven't read a physical book in many a year. I only audiobook consume books as I drive or work because all my downtime is here with you guys.
So before we get into rating last week's episode, I do have a small angry rant.
Do it. What is it? Grind down that Texas Power Bar knurling.
Yes, a little bit.
In the history of the knurling for Tommy.
Have you guys gotten the ad yet for Chad Powers?
I've seen it. I'm ready to watch it just because it's football and I don't mind him as an actor and it looks not great at all.
No,
and he's like fucking 40 trying to play a 25-year-old, and it's just dumb, but whatever.
I've been getting the ad constantly because my Disney Plus is with ads. And a lot of people like to say we don't make comedy movies anymore because you can't say anything, right? That's what they say. Like, you can't do anything. Comedy movies are failing because of censorship or whatever. This movie is the reason we don't make comedy movies anymore. This looks so fucking terrible. I won't watch it. I will refuse every aspect of this movie. I'm going to be Mrs. Doubtfire, but for football. And then they just give him a hair lip and a mustache, and it's still the same guy.
Yeah.
What a. I can't believe somebody okayed that movie and then somebody paid money to make that movie. That looks so bad. There's no way it's good. When I'm from West Virginia, like the westest of West Virginia,
I do remember them.
Who is making this shit? Anyway, I've just been so mad about it since the first time I saw it like 2 days ago that I wanted to bring it up on here. If I'm wrong and the glaze scale puts it at like above 6,
it'll probably be a 6 or a 7. I don't know.
No, there's no way. There's probably no not way. Gonna be
it depends. Is it a show or a movie? That I can't remember. I think
got to be a movie.
I thought it was a series because I would like it more as a series.
So Matt says it's based off an Eli Manning character that was relevant a decade ago. That's not a defense.
Sorry. Well, yeah, there's like a whole series of like famous quarterbacks getting like fake shit on there. Like Eli Manning did it. Fucking Goff did it. Jared Goff, and then Baker Mayfield did it. There's been multiple guys. They just go and put like a fake nose on and sideburns and go fucking throw footballs at like a junior college and like impress people and then be like, oh yeah, I'm this person instead.
That's just Anatoly. He's doing it now.
Oh, is that the guy in the gym that actually is a janitor or something?
It's the same stuff, but now they've decided to make a very expensive looking movie based on it and try and call it a comedy. I'm so mad about it because comedy is not doing great right now, and this better not be an attempt to try and.
I got a good comedy, Rick. Do you have Apple TV?
Yeah.
Oh, do you watch The Studio with Seth Rogen? It's fucking hysterical.
Is it? Because I don't find him that funny anymore.
Well,
like I don't.
That actually sounded just like him too. Oh my god. So like I don't know. It's the ensemble, if you will. Like he's the main, and like I don't like some of it because it's like they really play into how like just douchey everyone in in California, but like Hollywood, etc. is. But like, in general, I watched it like a couple months ago before it won all the awards it did just recently, or maybe it was just Seth won it. I don't know if he won as the actor or the producer or the creator. I don't know, but I was like, oh, I watched that show. It was really good. So I laughed a lot. It was one of those ones I kind of binged in like a couple nights, just sitting there on my laptop, just powering through.
If Super Troopers 3 doesn't save us, I'm going to be so mad.
That's going to be direct to streaming for sure.
direct to VHS style.
Yeah, well, it's like it used to be direct to video, and then it was. Yeah. Did anyone actually? I don't think even when it was direct to DVD, I think it was still called direct to video, and now it's just direct to streaming. I guess.
No, it'll come out and fail because nobody goes to the movies anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a new Tron coming out too, and that looks awful. Jared Leto's in it.
Yeah, I think I saw a preview for that. It's like.
That guy sucks. Like Tron Morbius, like I'm not. It's not Morbin time.
Yeah, he was the worst. The Morbius was very, very bad. It was not entertaining in the slightest.
Tronbius. Right. Okay, yeah, let's move on.
Antonio, tell me all about last week's Massonomics episode and wrap it up with a rating.
So last week's Massonomics episode was all about whether the commercial gyms are going to fail or close down anytime soon. I think it was an interesting, take, in conversation for sure, especially, I've got a home gym and I've had a home gym for quite a while, but I don't know. I don't see, I don't see commercial gyms really, closing out anytime, but it is an interesting conversation because I think many of us that have home gyms that are in the home gym life kind of have this view of no one's going to be in commercial gyms anymore ever, and I mean they're still all over the place. So I don't know. I very very good topic. I thought it was funny, and I would give it a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 what?
5 out of 5 Coke Zeros.
There you go. Fridge cigarettes. I've used fridge cigarettes so many. Like I had explained to Stephanie what that was, and she kind of had the epiphany too of like, I'm having a shitty day. I get my Diet Coke, and I have that like euphoric feeling, and I'm like, yeah, it was a fridge cigarette. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of similar thoughts. Like commercial gyms suck, but they're not going anywhere. I think if anything, it's just gonna thin the herd a little bit at commercial gyms. But like the whole bit about a commercial gym is you have 1,000 members and only fucking 150 go on a regular basis. So it's like you're not. I don't think gyms are going to feel less crowded because so many people that have memberships don't go anyway. So you're really not going to notice that like 1% stop going and spend 10 grand on a gym. Like I think it's just going to help the home gym community. I don't know that it's going to hurt the commercial gym community. I don't know. The Texas Power Bar talk. Tanner, to get a follow up. Did you ever get to the bottom of that? Is there a sixth gen? Is there a seventh gen? As I think the Buddy Caps' website had talked about possibly. That would be intriguing to find out because what are they considering 6 versus 7? And then did you see my meme? Because when he kind of butchered calling it, you're familiar with like the vertical plate storage that like it's a toaster storage is what it's called, and he called it a sandwich, and it took him a while. He found that it didn't take that long to get to a toaster, and he knew it was toaster, but you know it was still good meme content. So I'll go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5 toasters.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, it was interesting because you start to kind of realize that you are older than you used to be. So I do think it was an interesting conversation where it's like, oh, remember when we were young and we all were going to open commercial gyms, and now we don't say it anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I don't hear people say that.
Is it because we're just like old and we realized we're not going to do it, and maybe Tanner's living the dream?
What I do hear, sorry, I know Joey's ready to go. What I do hear though is I hear people that I go to the commercial gym with that are like, man, I can't wait till I can buy my house and start my own gym, like my own home gym. Like I hear that significantly more often, and it might just be as a supplemental gym too, like because a lot of people are still going to go to the community gym for the community, but at least in my situation where like my public gym is like a close knit community. So yeah, sorry, go ahead, Joey.
No, it's okay. I just think that there's a bit of an economical barrier to this conversation, and commercial gyms are never going to go anywhere as long as they offer cheap memberships, because there is, excuse me, I don't want to get too political, but there are certain areas of cities. We're all mostly suburban. We're all mostly, the entire crew skews to a certain age demographic and a certain wealth demographic. But I think that there are no chance of these going away because people that need them need them. There's always going to be the YMCA. There's always going to be a Planet Fitness or a Crunch or World Gym where the cost of entry is low and you can still go and do the things you have to do because those people can't afford home gym. And it's not going to go away. However, the more serious people get, yes, food deserts and things like that. Well, gym deserts. And yeah, so that's a good call, Matt. So I would say that the people that are able to build home gyms and who take fitness seriously, there's a certain aspect of how serious you take it. Not, I'm going today because I have to go and do my cardio. I'm going today so I can do my machines. I'm going today because on my lunch break I can do a circuit. Those people aren't building home gym, right? But they need those commercial gyms. So I think that was my only problem is that there was no really like recognition of that. And my other problem was there was no definition of what a home gym is. Is Massonomics a home gym or is Massonomics a boutique gym? Do you go to a boutique gym? Is there somebody sitting there chewing gum, reading their phone, flipping through and just making sure you're scanning the right card? Or is it literally like nobody's there and it's lock and key and it's video surveilled? Or is it just like, Keith's gym? I'm sure if I lived near Keith, I could go to the No Wine Cellar at any time. Like I'm fairly certain of that he would just be like, yo, I'm going to be home this time, come whenever you want. Is that a commercial gym? No, that's a boutique gym. So I did find a few arguments I had with the entire conversation, bribe the cats, that I had with that entire conversation, because I don't think those commercial gyms are going anywhere because of the cost of building a home gym. I got lucky that I came into some money to build my home gym. I got lucky. Otherwise, I'd still be going to a commercial gym.
I do wonder if it would put a strain on those private gyms, those club gyms like Massonomics gyms, like the one that I got to, because those are like, I don't know, like they have all the specialty equipment, but like for a few grand, or for under 10 grand, you can get your combo. If you're a power lifter, you can get a combo rack, a cable machine, and whatever, some plates and bar, and do everything you want to do to power lift. So I'm just trying to think if, like, I don't know. There's a lot of people, like, it all goes back to the seriousness. The serious lifters are the ones that train at home for the most part, and
yeah,
those guys wouldn't be at Planet Fitness anyway. So it's
right.
your nicer gyms that are more geared towards heavier lifting that are losing. I don't know, but are we in such a demographic that we only really know strongman and powerlifters, and we don't really cater to bodybuilders and just life fitness people, like lifting for life
The
and
people
health?
that just want to tone.
Which that could be like 90% of the gym population, and
It probably is.
we literally just ignore those people because they're not
Yep.
in our like human sphere.
So I think that would be my argument about that, or against that, or for that. Either one of those is because I think they ultimately argued it's not going away. It's just going to change.
Yeah. And at home gyms aren't going anywhere.
Home gyms aren't going anywhere because it's more accessible to people in a certain bracket. So
They might not keep growing just because of the whole, like, how many more homeowners are you going to get a year? Like, I mean, you're going to grow at that rate, but I feel like homeowners are less now than it has been in most of our life.
Yeah.
Like, new homeowners, because I couldn't afford to buy my house right now, probably. And if I did, my mortgage would be triple if I had to get today's interest rate and today's home value.
And then there was the conversation of, well, people are building homes around their gym. Great. How much are they using them? Right? Like, you might have a home gym, but you use it once a week and your Peloton holds your clothes while you're not wearing them. Like, there's still that too. So all in all, still love the episode, love the conversation. The Juggernaut AI conversation was really interesting as well. So I'm going to give that 5 out of 5. Guys in fingerless gloves taking up 5 machines at a time, doing accessory sets and in your way constantly.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, Antonio, before we have Joey hit us with some ad reads, is there anything that you missed anything that we missed in general topics that you're chomping at the bit to talk about? Anything
I don't think
saw?
so.
Nothing big in Massonomics world. All right, cool beans. Then, well, we'll let Joey pay some bills here with a little ad read action.
Huh?
You can do a little ad reads, bud.
Okay. So, code unpaid. Somebody ordered, I think, today from Obsidian.
Nice.
And I think Travis is still on vacation, so calm down over there. But also, keep using code unpaid at Obsidian for your ammonia. At Plate Snacks as well, for your stickers, your banners, and of course your plate snacks. I haven't seen an unpaid and underrated plate yet.
Mm-mm.
Just putting that out there. And Belt Fed Strength. Help Chris out, help us out. Well, actually, it doesn't help us out. That one is strictly for Chris and crew.
Yeah, and only crew. Don't share that one with anybody, Carp. Again, please. more to come next week on that.
Womp womp.
Still love you though, bud.
Yeah, use code unpaid to all those guys. Show support for the crew.
All right, Antonio, do you got that ode to Massonomics you wanted to hit us with?
You know what? I with all of the Chat GPT talk, I left it up to the robot. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be a guest on the unpaid and underrated. And I said, hey, so what are the differences? So per ChatGTP, Massonomics, Tommy and Tanner, the podcast equivalent of heavy squats, slow, deliberate, and guaranteed to leave you questioning your life choices the next day. Tommy is like the Excel spreadsheet of the duo, organized, reliable, but still somehow confusing if you stare too long. Tanner, he's the human chalk bowl, always there, always messy, and nobody's quite sure how much is actually needed. Together, they managed to talk about lifting without ever actually talking about lifting. It's not. But wait, unpaid and underrated.
Oh shit.
The podcast equivalent of energy drinks. Slightly chaotic, questionably healthy, and best consumed in small doses. Keith brings the unpaid energy. He's the guy who would be happy, who will happily work for free as long as you give him a cool sticker. Joey is the underrated half, mostly because no one's quite sure if he's actually on the show until he laughs in the background. Together,
ChatGPT such a dick.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's shitting on all four of us so bad.
Together, they could outtalk Massonomics on tangents, but only given enough gas station snacks. So the comparison, it says Massonomics is like dad humor with a barbell. Unpaid and underrated is like drunk uncle humor with a microphone. Tammy and Tanner.
Tammy and Tanner, yes.
I love when we do that. And I can clap and get animated because it's only 7:45.
Tammy and Tanner lift weight. Keith and Joey lift vibes. Both podcasts will make you laugh, but only one will make you consider buying a $35 t-shirt you don't need.
That was they lift weights and we lift vibes. I dig that. That's someone put that one on a shirt.
Yeah.
We lift the vibes.
I might also need a shirt that says I'm not really here till I laugh in the background. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, apparently I bring unpaid energy, so like that's not cool. That's shitty.
Can you copy and paste that to the unpaid and underrated or Instagram if you haven't already closed it? Yeah, I think we need a transcript of that because that
would be funny. You might have
we were laughing a bit too hard for that.
It's probably going to end up being the cut and the paste into like 10 different chunks because you can only do so many.
You're a chunk. Just to iMessage it to Keith.
Yeah,
that works. All right. Do we actually want to kick people off, or are we going to let them listen in? We always say that, but we actually.
See, the thing about kicking people off is it's hard and a lot of work, and I'm not really here because I haven't been laughing in the background, so I'm not really going to do that.
I mean, they're and magic. They're all gone, and then let's see. Big Antonio, is that you, buddy? You over there?
I'm here.
Coming in. Well, welcome to the Unpaid and Underrated Podcast. We're glad to have you, buddy. Welcome. Gonna go ahead and give it your origin story of Massonomics.
So I don't know. I thought about it because I'm recent. I'm crew member 527, but I've been listening for a long time. So to give some context, born and raised in Chicago. In like 2018, I got relocated, for work to the Twin Cities. And I've always had a home gym and kind of, watch YouTube and whatever the algorithm throws at me. And I remember specifically there was an episode, and I should have done my homework, found which one it was, but they were talking about whipping shitties.
Yep.
How they were shocked that nobody knew what that meant. And I was, what are they talking about? But because I was recently, transplanted to the Twin Cities area, I went to work the next day and I'm like, what is whipping a shitty? And everyone's like, well, it's doing donuts. And I was like, it's a thing. And being a Chicago, native, I consider myself a good old Midwesterner. So, and they're like, yeah, whipping shitties is a Midwestern thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. So anyway, that's kind of the earliest memory of it. Kind of grabbed me and for a long time just kind of, watched and followed along. And it wasn't until I actually became a certified gym first and then kind of joined the crew because I think being a certified training facility opened up there's more to this. So
nice.
Anyway,
little gateway drug there. Yeah. Awesome. So just so people know who they're listening to, name, Discord, all that jazz, Instagram, etc.
So I am Big Antonio, Antonio Becerra. On Instagram, it is Pinche Becerra. And I do have a YouTube channel that I kind of sort of make videos whenever I feel. making a video. So it is El Pinche Becerra's gym at El Pinche Becerra.
You want to spell El Pinche?
Come on, man! It's Spanish. It sounds like it spells Pinchera.
Some people might not have caught that. You said it fast.
It's one of those. Being that it is in Spanish.
I'll fuck myself.
It's one of those kind of catch-all terms. It's kind of depending on what dialect, right? It's like the darn or the fucking. So you could say it's el pinche. Could be like if I call you el pinche Keith, fucking Keith, or
that's me.
So it's and I've had it. I've kind of gone with a variant in that for a long time. It used to be my original Xbox gamer tag, El Pinche Becerra. Then eventually my son inherited, the video games and the gamer tag. But I will go on a small, funny tangent because. He was, he took over the Xbox and was using it, and one of the moms called my wife, and she was like, also, kind of Hispanic, overprotective mother, and she was like that our sons play video games together, but could you change your gamer tag? And we were like, is this lady serious? So anyway, it is El Pinche.
So what if it's not Spanish? You didn't say what it is.
Well, it depends the severity of what they consider it to be a swear word. Depends on what part of either Central America, Mexico. For some people, we say pinche like it's that darn, and then for some people it's like so it's more of an adjective.
Okay. Yeah, like if you say tabernacle up here in Canada, like it's okay. I get it. Yeah, it's a bit like tabernacle.
So you had mentioned growing up in Chicago and then in Minneapolis for a while. Where are you at now then?
I'm back in Illinois, so
okay.
I'm a call center manager. So that's what took me to had the opportunity to take over a role in the Twin Cities area, and my wife was like, "All right, let's do this." And then COVID hit, so the call centers are virtual. So now I work from home, and we were able to move back. And I always say I am one of those. I grew up in Chicago, so I'm one of those Chicago snobs where a lot of the people in the suburbs say they're from Chicago, but it's like you're not from Chicago. You're from a suburb. Like Chicago is Chicago, and the burbs are the burbs. So I'm about 45 minutes north of O'Hare Airport.
Gotcha. Been there
but,
many a time.
Yeah. I flew over that a bunch of times.
Yeah, I'm technically kind of the halfway point. I'm about 45 minutes from Milwaukee or 45 minutes from Chicago, so I'm kind of right in the middle.
It's gotta help market. It's gotta help for marketplace deals.
Oh, I definitely.
Spot.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah. I heard he loves Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I saw that.
Don't get me started. I was like, yes.
All right. That did make me think like Huck Finn doesn't live near Chicago anymore, but he's been like an hour and a half or something. But Tommy and Tanner, well, Tanner specifically likes to give him shit saying he's from Chicago because it pisses him off and it's hysterical. I always get a kick out of that when he rubs that one in. All right, so relatively new. If you've been following a bunch of people on Instagram, watching the YouTube videos, watching like recaps of Lift Hard, Live Easy, Crew Falls, etc., you've bound to see some merch that you're like, "Fuck, that looks awesome! I want that." Tell me that one thing that you wish you would been able to get that you've got on the website and it's just not there.
I don't know that I found. I mean, I think it's all cool, but because the current merch is kind of cool, I'm just like kind of buying what's out there and kind of seeing as things go. Out of print. I will say, some of the some of the older. I like the shorts, and I didn't like a lot of the current shorts. So some of the lift shorts looked cool. Like I should have got some.
Oh, so you wish you had a new pair of lift shorts then? So we'll take that as your answer. So
yeah,
because lift shorts are not available. So That will be your answer that I'll give you. And you already said your Hall of Fame status. Or no, you didn't. You already said your supporting membership number. So what is the Hall of Fame status?
Not really sure.
Not sure.
I've got I mean, I'm gonna get to the 10 orders soon just because I am a degenerate shopper. So when stuff comes up, I probably got 7 orders already. So I'm pretty close to the 10. Um I did go to, I know it's not, on the Hall of Fame card, but I did go to Home Gym Con. I am gonna go to Crew Falls.
Nice. Okay, cool.
So I did book my room with the river view, so that
Oh
should be.
yeah, got that extra $40 a night just for that.
It was $9. Nine
Oh, that
bucks
is
to
not
see.
bad. Dude, the hotel, I had to go Airbnb this year. The hotel was going to be like 210 a night or something, I think, or whatever I don't know what it was, but
It wasn't cheap. It's gonna be like $500. But
yeah.
I before I booked it, I told my wife, I'm like, hey, can I go to Sioux Falls in December and without skipping a beat? She's like, let's do it.
Oh, wow,
So
okay. The old lady's coming. There you go. Okay.
like, all right.
Very few.
So
That is definitely more on the rarity of people getting their spouse to come. That is.
But it does help.
No, yeah, yeah.
Right? Like it's one of those things where
cool.
when I went to the Arnold for the first time, and Morgan came with us, and Steve and Sandy were there, I think, and it was like she finally saw what it was I was doing.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
and it just makes what we're doing here mean a little more to the people kind of on that one outside edge. Right? So it's like when I'm like, oh, I got to get on my podcast, or I got to order this shirt, or I got to go and meet a crew member. If they've never seen how happy it makes you, they're kind of just like, oh, this again. But then when they see it and they're just like, oh, this is like his thing now or her thing now. Yeah, I that's awesome. It's amazing she's coming.
yeah, and funny story recently with her, because she is more the social butterfly. We are opposites. I mean I love hanging out and meeting folks, but I'm more laid back and just snarky, and that's just who I am. But recently, I've been doing some sticker trades, and her seeing me open these envelopes,
and get all
like
excited. Yeah.
enthusiasm and excitement, and she's like, "Which one of your little pen pals sent you something?" It's not what it is, but
it kind of is though.
yeah, I'm glad it brings you that much excitement to see me put stickers on my gym equipment.
Side note, Stephanie always asks me, "Hey, who's on the podcast tonight?" And it's to the point now where it's like I have to go through like such levels to explain who it is sometimes because we've like exhausted so many people that have like we've already hung out with and done stuff with that like
Yeah.
we're getting into newer crew, like a lot of newer crew too. So it's like we're still growing. Like I it's just more of a side thing. It's just like sometimes it's for me. It's like yeah, he went to Home Gym Con. I've talked to him like 3 times. But, yeah, we get him on the podcast. It'd be a good time. But it's a blast because like this will help. I think if anything, it's almost a bonus for you newer guys to be on the podcast because now there's going to be like this, sample of like this is the 50 people that regularly listen and go to do stuff, and it's like they're going to know who you are now. Sometimes it takes people a couple years to get on. So, I appreciate everyone.
I wonder what that diagram looks like. The Venn diagram of the people that show up to crew events and the people that listen to Unpaid and Underrated. I bet that's a huge overlap.
Yeah, there's a bigger overlap for people that are guests because there's definitely guests that don't listen or like listen periodically and like aren't regular listeners. But
I think if you're going to an event, like if you're going to Crew Falls, you're probably listening right now.
Yeah,
like I think
would say
that's
seven. It's not 90%, but it's more than 60%. So
69 is where you're going. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. It's honestly it's probably closer to 75, but 69 sound. I mean, it makes us sound worse technically, but like if 69 is probably pretty accurate. And if they don't listen to every episode, they're listening to at least an episode a month or like trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Because I threw that thing up on Discord, the poll. A lot of times too, it's like to just like figure out who I want to approach next. Because if you're not listening, if you're telling me you don't listen, like I'm not approaching you necessarily. So,
yeah.
But then there's like people like surprise me. They're like, like they'll be like, no, dude, I've listened to every episode for the last 6 months. I was like, okay, you've never commented on Instagram or Discord once, so how do I fucking know that? Like, that's awesome. I'm so happy. Like, let's be friends now. Like, interact with us. Like, tell me this.
Be my friend.
It's like,
and I will love him and squeeze him and call him George. You said you're a CDF. What's your gym name?
It is Elvin Becerra's gym.
Straightforward. So normally we would get into some more of the standard questions, but this one has been driving me wild. Gnomes. What the fuck? Tell me about those gnomes.
So it started when we, were brick and mortar call center where I don't even remember the first gnome, but I must have acquired one. And then at some point people are like, "Oh, you're the gnome guy," and then they bring you gnomes, and this is not even all of them. I have like a bin in the basement that is literally full of these gnomes. So I display them more because, like I mentioned, right, I'm a call center manager, so I do a lot of conference calls, and some of them could be awkward just because you don't really know people and you're talking about, nonsense business stuff, and it's just an icebreaker because you get people who are like, "Oh my god, that's awesome," and then you get people who are freaked out, like, "What are those things?"
Oh,
And either way, it kind of gives you a segue to just start some banter.
I'm not freaked out, but I'm overwhelmed. And I think maybe we put this out to Nate, Keith. I think this would be really funny if on this thumbnail we're all gnomes. I think that would be really interesting. And I'll text it to him when I remember because I think that would be very. There's so many gnomes behind him. You guys obviously can't see this
That's
unless
what
you're
that is.
listening
I didn't
live.
even. I thought that was just like a collage,
No,
like a tapestry. Now
Oh
that
no, there.
it's like I had blinders on because
that's
that.
under 50, but over 30 gnomes for sure behind him. So for
That's so funny.
the 4 people listening live, they can see it. But yeah, definitely Nate. I think we all need to be gnomes on this thumbnail.
All right. So when you sent out the questionnaire, how'd that go? You had to ask people to, tell all your dirty secrets and like what it was for and all that. I would get a kick out of people to kind of explaining that to me.
Yeah, I think just because I am kind of unfiltered, people were like, "Oh, okay, this is a weird thing you're doing. Cool." Like,
Fucking
uh,
weirdo.
yeah. So
All right, good
it,
stuff.
it's not as like, because I've heard enough of these where they're like, "Well," and I try to explain, and people, those that filled it out were like, "Oh, he's just doing something. Here you go."
That works. I mean, it is such a self-explanatory like thing. Once they do get it, it's pretty. But I do need to ask. I'll rant briefly. Like, I need to DM Nate and be like, "All right, we need to put something in there because everyone, when they don't want to answer something, they put NA or they put a dash or they put they do everything except just leave it blank, which would like make our life easier. Like anytime you just put a sentence there or doing anything." So like either answer the question or leave it blank. Like telling us NA and stuff like that, it makes it so much harder because then we got to go through and delete all those little like
Yeah.
tidbits of
I just
like
I just take half an
broken
hour
info.
before everyone to do that.
I
But
know, but if Nate can put one extra bold sentence that, oh, granted, half the people will ignore it and not read it, but if it catches like 20% of the extra bullshit, like of blankness that's not blank. So I don't know. Keith rant over. You're familiar with the game we could like to call least fun, most fun here? Are you familiar with that?
have you seen this? Have you
Uh,
heard about this?
I think I've seen it.
How do you know how one would play least fun, most fun?
I mean, you say what's least fun and what's most fun.
There you go. I mean, it seems harder than that for some people, so that works for me. Least fun, most fun. Tell me about spotting and loading at home gym con. What was the least fun and the most fun thing about it? And how did that come to be?
My God, the least fun is just, man, this some heavy ass weight.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, for those that think that these events come together and you just show up, that, and it gave me an appreciation, for it. But I would say the most fun is just, meeting the people. I mean, Big Kurt of the Kurt Locker is a awesome dude. Got to connect and meet with him, and got to meet some crew members. I mean, Derek, Big Derek, took me on him being more of a social butterfly. I think we took pictures with literally everyone at Home Gym Con because he's like, let's take pictures. So definitely, the camaraderie was, the most fun. But I actually had a buddy who does powerlifting, and he mentioned that you know Kurt needed some help, and I reached out to Kurt on Instagram, having never met him. I wasn't crew yet, so there was no. I just said, hey, you know what? If you need some help, I'm willing to,
awesome.
help out. And my son actually, went with me. My son's 17 and also, likes to work out in the gym. So, we made the trip to Kentucky and, moved some weight.
How long of a drive was that?
Like 5 hours.
Okay, that's not bad. I wish I had a 5 hour. It would save me like $1,000 if I had a 5 hour. I think I'll drive next year, but that's gonna suck.
It's still Midwest, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Louisville. I think
no, sorry, that was literally me just poking the bear.
Okay, because I'm like, Kentucky's got to be like southeast.
Yeah, well, I'll give you Indiana, but I don't know about.
Yeah.
Well, it's from West Virginia, the westest of the West Virginia.
Anyway. Right. Well, Joey's got something.
Still mad about that movie. Yeah. Have you heard the hype person question? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I think so.
Okay, so you're about to go for a big lift. Don't need to know the lift, just picture it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got one person that's going to hype you up to make sure you hit the lift you're going for. Who's that person?
CT Fletcher. No question. If you see my gym, I love just old.
It's still your motherfucking set.
Yeah, old Ivanko iron is just what I loved. And when I started going to a commercial gym in the early 90s, being from Chicago, it was just like grimy old valleys where these big dudes would just swear at you to hurry the fuck up and lift. And there's something about that motivates me. Like, I love people who are like, kumbaya, you got it, buddy. I need someone to slap me on the back and say, lift that shit and just get it done. So it would definitely, without a doubt, be Mr. CT Fletcher.
Good answer.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got quite the voice.
I mean, and that would make sense that that's your answer, because, I mean, one of the submitted answers for you under your lifting history was ridiculous bench, which CT's got a pretty big bench, and then, brace yourself, poverty squat. How does that make you feel?
It's true.
Yeah. What do those numbers look like?
Honestly, bench and deadlift, and I don't think I have to be fair, I don't think that I have a big bench. I think sometimes people that lift, and then people that don't lift. I think right now I'm like at a 335 bench, which is it's solid, but I'm a big fat dude. So 315 is a bust. Anything below 315, and I'm a lady. Squat.
Hi, my name's Susie because I'm a lady.
Squat and deadlift, I don't really go heavier typically than 315, just because the risk reward. Like, I don't compete, and I work out alone in my basement, so I kind of cap myself out to that. So
that's fair.
Though I've been deadlifting
315 for reps, just to clarify.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, like, hold on here.
Recently, I've been deadlifting a little more seriously, like still not really heavier than 315, but really kind of watching my form. So eventually I could see myself starting to push. But when you compare, I mean, when you bench, 335, people think your squat, your deadlift got to be in the 500s. And I'm like, no, it's actually.
So he's going for the Randy Award this year.
Yeah. Although I will say, yesterday, I was benching, and it wasn't even that heavy. It was working my way up, so it was just 315. Usually, if 315 feels heavy, I'm done. And if it feels light, I'll add a little more on. And I literally, it sounded like a piece of paper tearing.
Mm.
So I bailed on it. I ended up going to the urgent care,
Damn.
and they did X-rays, and they said it's fine. But then they put me in an MRI, and that's going to take a couple days to get the results. Like yesterday,
is it bruising now? Because you would be bruising and like really bad if you tore something, right?
No, it's not. So
That's
I think
good.
it's
Fingers
like
crossed.
but it might be rotator or something.
Gonna get you
So
a Cadillac bar to bench with going forward after you heal
yeah,
up.
so but again, right? You lift and you get hurt, and that's just part of the deal. So we'll hope.
And you buy new specialty bars to work around it. That's why you have
Yeah,
them.
yeah. And I've never, to be fair, I've never been in an MRI. So that was an interesting experience.
I think I did one. I did one recently. Did they give you the stuff that makes you feel like you like pissed and shit your pants, kind of, sort of, like you get that warm tingling feeling in your crotch?
No, they didn't give me anything. They just
Okay.
strapped
No,
me in.
that was just you.
That was the
Yeah,
contrast, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, it was the
Because I had an
contrast.
MRI on my knee, and they were just like, "Get naked and lay down, take off your medal."
It's
yeah,
only
same.
when they push the contrast, it gives you that weird feeling.
They're looking for something different, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, although the funny part is, she gives me this whole speech on do not move. If you move, I'm gonna have to redo these. And then they stuff my big ass in. If this is a 2X, that's got to be a medium.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, and when she slid me in, I'm like, I can't. If something goes wrong, I can't move if I wanted to. Like
That's funny.
she spent so much time telling me not to move, and then stuffed me literally in a tiny tube. So I will keep everyone posted, but you know, we figure it out, get injured, and work around it.
Nice. Made my shoulder hurt just talking about it. I was using a nail gun for the first time at work, and it was brand new. So like I got to use the old one for like 2 minutes, and then they got the new one in, and
that
the
new
one
completely different, and the trigger was probably a lot more
oh
pressure to
fuck,
engage.
like yeah. So I was like, sure, I'll use a nail gun for the first time in my life. My shoulder was on fire, and I was like, and I had to go in and be like, I've got gym muscle. Right, like that's obvious. The one guy even pointed it out because I went to pick up a door, and when I lost control, I caught it, and he was like, "You're clearly strong. Like that was obviously a strong move." But did you know if you just cradle it in your arm, that won't happen? Like they had to give me like these like hints on how to handle these big things. I thought that was really funny. But anyway, my shoulder's also fucked today. So tell me about your vintage weight thing, because that's a thing people here like to talk about. Do you have a wall? Do you have a wall of vintage weights?
Kind of. That's another thing. Just because I mean, I know the Efren collections. I'm not too far from AP, one of the collectors who just like old Chicago Iron. Like I've seen collections, and I'm more of a I like what I like. So I mean, most of my stuff's just rusty old Ivanko. I don't like cleaning stuff up too much. So to me, I don't consider Ivanko really vintage. It's more just kind of old pig iron. But I do have some round heads. I just have the 1 to 12. So
Nice.
I got
actually
an
have the
8.
6 and 9s.
Yeah, yeah.
So
nice.
Those are the rare ones. Those are the ones you actually have to pay like $200-300 a pair for.
I got a 9 in a trade.
Nice.
So I actually drove to Ohio, and this is gonna infuriate a lot of the vintage weight people, but I bought a pair of 100 round heads. That's why I went, and
lobbed them.
Yeah, I did that. I mean, that's
$1,000 right there.
Yeah, that's why I wanted them. So, and then I had some. I ended up getting really cheap some Captain America.
Those
on it.
Yeah. Those the fuck people want to sell those for like $4,000 a pair or something stupid.
Yeah. So the dude saw that I had some of those, and it was one of those, you want this, you got some stuff, come on over, we'll make a deal. It was really cool. And so as part of the stuff that he had, because I bought the round heads, and then I had those for trade, and he's like, hey, look around, this is all the stuff that's available. So I did get a single 9
Nice.
as part of a trade, and some other stuff. So I had no idea at that point that the 9s were freaking 500 pair.
Yeah, they're
So
not. Yeah,
I did pony up for the other one. I think
you found a single. Yeah,
I had to
you
buy
probably
this.
paid $200 for that single or every bit of it. I
Yeah,
bet.
yeah.
That's
So,
wild.
but again, I don't know that I consider that I have I've got like some Jackson, you know, down and dirty, ugly, plates, and I think I've got some BFCO
1 inch
deep.
Jacksons or 2 inch Jacksons?
Well, it's one.
Oh, is it the weird
1 inch.
1.5 that only fits a certain
Oh,
bar, so you don't use it on
no,
anything?
it's somebody boarded out to 2. I think
Okay,
originally
so
it's a 50 pound.
gotcha.
Um,
So
and
no
really
checks.
just they're too ugly to sell. I mean, I've sold most it's one of those things where my gym, it's got stuff that I like.
Nuts.
If I like it, if I enjoy it, I keep it.
There you go.
If not, I sell it and buy something that I do want. So
Have you
but yeah,
ever? Do you have any sellers remorse on anything you've let go of, where you're just like, man, I really wish I had that, like looking back, or because I definitely struggle with that. If there's something I've had for a while, even if I've never used it, when I sell it, it's like the next month I have a use for it, and I'm like, motherfucker, or I just like get nostalgia about it because I've had it for like 10 years.
not
That's
particularly.
good.
I'm pretty good at being able to move on.
Yeah.
I One of the things that I do have that I consider cooler than some of the other weights is I do collect the Onnit kettlebells, so the ones with the
Yeah, I saw
faces.
you swinging the Darth
So
Vader or something, or
yeah,
the whatever it was.
the Stormtrooper.
Yeah, the Star Wars one.
So I have sold a couple of those,
Those are
and
extremely expensive.
yeah,
Did you
I've sold off a couple of those, and now that
buy a new car with selling those off?
on it really stopped making them. So I was like, well, I probably should have kept a couple of them, but you sell it, you buy something else, and I try to just keep it moving.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm playing in the notes. Go ahead.
You're good. So home gym con, or sorry, well, yeah, home gym con in general. Like, so when did you what? So give me the timeline of like you got a certified training facility. You reached out to Kurt. You still weren't crew. You're coming to home gym con. Did you join crew like right before home gym con? Then basically, like I'm trying because like
Yeah, it had.
I think we definitely talked briefly at home gym con, right? So
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you introduced yourself as crew, but I don't
yeah.
think you had any like looking back on like your Instagram and stuff. It doesn't look like you were crew very long.
No, no, it was maybe a month or two,
Okay.
if that, prior. But yeah,
What did you think of our crew presence there? What was it? It was your first home gym con, so you probably like. Let me just put it this way: there was like 10 crew, maybe year 2, and like there was like 60 of us in the last
yeah.
year well this year. So it was you definitely got it at its wouldn't say its peak, but exponentially more than it was the previous couple years.
Oh yeah, you definitely felt the presence. And I had my son there. I know I had the invites to some of the um kind of the after
Hmm.
and the
You
dinners,
probably
but
wore out if you actually spotted it and loaded all day and moved
he was
weights.
my son was exhausted, and I didn't
Oh,
want to.
he helped him move weights too.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave him in the room. So
That makes sense.
I let him rest, and then we went to kind of eat. But I was looking forward to some of that. But yeah, no, the crew was awesome, and like I said, I'm kind of I I I I like to just observe and kind of see,
Hmm.
and hanging out with Big Derek was cool, because that dude is the Energizer Bunny. He's like, let's go, let's meet people, let's shake hands. He's pulling, you know, we had like this long conversation with Winnie, who's friggin' awesome, and Gluck, and
Winnie Gluck, yeah. If anyone listening,
yeah,
yep.
you see, you just start meeting the folks that you see their videos, and I think it was cool surreal. It was cool to be with someone who just has the desire to want to, like, I always think like they're busy. I don't want to bother them. And he was like, come on, let's go. And so definitely plan to go back next year.
Nice. So you have your tickets then?
I think that was one of the perks of helping. I am a big Kurt.
Oh, you got comped for next year's tickets?
Ooh.
Yeah, you know people.
Big fancy pants over here.
There you go. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually insider trading info there. I was gonna be like, did you use code unpaid when you got your home gym con tickets?
No, that's a crew perk. Sure though.
You do that.
Yeah. I think that's a crew perk.
Yeah.
Yep. Showboat Home Gym Con, help out a little bit. Yeah, things might come your way.
Yeah, I but man, Big Kurt is just friggin' awesome. Just putting the whole thing together, and kind of someone who has never participated in strongman, either like watching or anything. He was like explaining, hey, this is how this works. This is what we need, and super cool about just showing you the ropes. So and also like sneaky strong.
Yeah, he's very strong.
Like a funny story, like I don't do strongman. So you look at these friggin' sandbags, and if you don't have technique, like even the 50 pounds is like, what the hell?
Even Brandon Doyle was telling us that too. And he's strong as fuck, and like a 200-pound sandbag like broke him, or maybe a 250 or whatever it was. And it's like, yeah,
Big Kurt is like Big Kurt's ragdoll in the 300.
Yeah,
I couldn't even budget.
That's impressive. Curtis brings an energy too. Like it's just his personality, or as his demeanor. But even when he's exhausted, like I've seen him like very exhausted, running on like 2 hours of sleep and just like maybe some energy drinks. He's just like he's the same like even keel of just passion and energy. So great guy. Do enjoy hanging out with Kurt. So the YouTube channel, what's your future with that? What was your goal with the YouTube channel, and what's keeping you motivated to keep, plugging away at it? And where do you think it's going to go? I don't know. Just talk about it. I want to hear
it. Hey, honestly, the goal was just just for my day job as an operations manager. I got to talk in front of a lot of people sometimes, and you got to sell stuff, you got to present stuff, and I know my skills as a leader is more one-on-one, coaching and developing. Like when I get in front of a group, or because I get very excited, I can sometimes squirrel or use fillers. So I really started the YouTube channel just to watch myself, not be very succinct with anything. And so as I make these videos and I watch
them back and using them as a training log for yourself to get better at public speaking.
What do I want to say?
Nice.
What's the point I want to make? How do I let my personality come through? And at the end of the day, did I make something that I had fun with that I'd want to watch? So I'm slowly getting to that point, but I am very inconsistent in what video when. But like I said,
have you seen some progress though? Like, do you feel like even like 10%? Like, I got this. I know how to do what I'm doing, kind of thing, and like. Putting that into your work life?
Yeah, I think in the pre-work, even because when I started, I'm like, I'm just gonna, pow pow, I'm gonna make a video and it's gonna be awesome.
It's an art form to wing it, and very few people have it.
Yeah, and I don't, because the first few videos are just me rambling for 30 minutes. Watching it, I'm like
I can talk forever, but no one's gonna fucking listen to this, and I keep like stuttering. Yeah, been there, done that.
Anything I want to say, and then just I am also the master of the awkward. Just stop talking because I'm done, and people. Oh,
so yeah. I heard you goodbye in the middle of a sentence and still stand there and make eye contact. That's awkward as shit. I don't even know what that's called.
So I'm definitely I think getting better, but I think 50 videos in, and that's another kind of Massonomics thing. I remember watching before I even was going to, where Big Tanner's like, you gotta make 100 videos before you even figure out what your thing is. And there is something to that, right? Just getting in there and doing the thing. So I'll keep making them, and slowly more people are watching them, and
Yeah, well, we'll have Nate drop the link in the YouTube and all that jazz, so get you out there a little bit. I'll just,
Yep.
and you can, post it and then we'll reshare it in the future for sure.
Sounds good.
Hate to say it, going on an hour and a half already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's FMK. Let me go. All right. You familiar with little FMK there, Big Antonio?
I am.
All right. So let's see. I'll go generic. Bells of Steel, Titan Fitness, Fringe Sport, FMK. Right up your alley. Bells, Titan, Fringe.
Are you taking notes?
I don't know. I think he's doing that awkward thing where he stops talking, So
Yeah.
Bells of Steel, Titan Fitness, Fringe Sport.
Yeah, I'm writing them out.
Okay. Well,
I
you do have your druthers, but like you can put your druthers on paper, but you got to read it to us.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I do put the three. I like all three.
And they're on
So
par with each other. It's not like Rogue like Rogue and Titan. If I said Rogue Titan and fucking Force 6, it'd be probably a lot easier.
yeah, I think I'd kill Bells of Steel.
Okay.
I've had enough uh issues with their orders where you know they don't pack things very well. I've of the three I've had issues. Fringe, I would say I say I'd fuck Fringe because when they come
Okay.
out with cool stuff, it's
Peter
cool.
will
Like
like that.
they had the swords, and
Hmm.
I had some kettlebells from them
The
that when they
throwing
had.
stars, the 1.25 throwing stars are pretty cool. I
Yeah,
still wish I could have
yeah.
taken that home, but I wasn't risking those in TSA.
Oh, yeah. I've actually I've got a squat max, and I actually use the little throwing stars to keep in between the plates so that
Oh,
when
okay. Yeah. As like your little spacers. Yeah.
yeah.
I
And
was
then
like, is he using those to like make sure his form's good, so he just like jabs himself in the leg if he gets out of whack?
I married Titan. I've never had an issue with Titan. I know Titan can be polarizing,
When did you start
and
your? When was your first order from Titan then? Because let me get a timeline. Because like Titan sucked like when I got into fitness. So like 10 years ago. Titan maybe the last 4 years is okay. Titan 10 years ago was fucking half the time you get a fucking grill or a piece of heavy equipment.
yeah, maybe it's probably been more recent. Although I have a Titan, uh the single post flat bench
Hmm.
that is every bit as solid as the
Nice.
Rogue one. I've got the Titan dedicated. It's like the West Side kind of bench press unit where it's
I've seen.
the thing's just a beast.
I have heard
Recently,
they've cleaned up their specs a lot in the last few years, but
yeah,
for the longest
recently,
time, Titan was the joke, and they've kind of hard to like get rid of that rap.
and recently I got uh the twisting kind of collars.
Collars, the lock collars.
I like those things. I'm usually not a collar guy just because
You work from
if
home, you don't need one.
if it's annoying, like why go through the bother? But as I've started to deadlift more, I bought some because you to have to retighten the plates,
Oh yeah,
you know.
they hold a lot better, eh? That's good.
So they hold, and
Nice.
I would say Titan has not done me wrong. So sucks to be everyone who's had a bad experience with Titan.
Brief follow up. You said you have a squat max in a basement. So do you have like 9 to 10 foot ceilings then? Because I ain't getting that shit in my 7 foot ceiling.
I've got
You gotta have
I've
9 feet.
3 inches, whatever
Okay,
the hell.
yeah. I'm at 7. No, I'm at 84. So yeah, maybe you're only a little over 8 then. That's impressive. Your head must be well hitting because we're about the same height. How tall are you? I don't remember you being dramatically taller or shorter than me.
Yeah, no, I like to joke. I'm a chode. I'm about as tall as I am.
I put chode in the.
I I if I have headphones on,
It taps.
yeah, it does.
And
So
is that in the floor joist or do you have a ceiling? You have a ceiling, right?
Yeah, I've got the.
Okay,
It's
that's a good
finished.
height. That's a well relatively decent ceiling. All right. Well, that was FMK. We can do a little Rushmore and play some more games and keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. Completely different from everything we've talked about. Best rappers.
Nice.
Best rappers. I didn't give this much thought.
You put it in.
I know, but I just
I love it. I love throwing you guys for a loop every once in a while.
um if I don't write it down, I ramble.
Fair.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was sorry to give you shit for it earlier, but that
Oh
tracks.
no, you're fine because the site I do nothing but ramble and talk. So when I go silent, they're like, "What happened? Did we say something?" Uh, so just based on rappers that I enjoy, I would say my Mount Rushmore. Number one would be I would say the Jizza. Wu Tang. I grew up with Wu Tang. I think the Jizza is underrated.
But Jizza out of all of the Wu Tang? Okay. Yep. No, I'm in. It's your
Liquid
game.
Swords. Liquid
Yes.
Swords.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Liquid
Just
Swords.
um number two, I just enjoy Action Bronson. Just the wild stuff that he says. It just that is my type of rap.
Okay.
Um Andre 3000. I know he's a flute player now, but just
Okay.
um gosh, I need one more, right? I want three. Mount Rushmore. Just because I've been listening to him again more recently. Rock him. Just old school. Rock him.
Rakim.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right.
Done.
I don't know that I agree, but I appreciate the answer. I don't think I've ever heard Andre 3000 actually rap. Yeah.
Outcast
Well,
in
I
his
know Outcast, yeah,
but his
but Big Boy did most of the rapping in all of the songs I've ever heard.
the art of storytelling. If you find that mixtape, he has the sickest verse of all time.
Yeah.
He's I will say, right, I think sometimes based on, he's like I said, he's a flute player, he wears weird stuff, he says weird things, but I that
But I mean,
man's a look.
even if you forget that and you go back down to Outcast, but all right, yeah, it's your game. Any alien face? You got an alien face? You got one that like you wanted to include, but maybe other people wouldn't think of?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's cyclical, right? It's what's on the playlist. If I'm gonna go, kind of hood, I love me some like Key Glock, just murders in Memphis. I'm not from Memphis. I don't advocate killing people, but sometimes I just like to hear about them. And that's just one of those, weird things where I like what I like.
Cue the meme of Antonio in his car from Office Space.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like banging to it, and then the guy walks by and he rolls up the windows and turns down the volume. All right, all right. I think you passed Mount Rushmore.
Did. And I was going to hit you with some additional info, but I see that Joey put it in unpaid, so we'll save it for that because that's going to be a great story that I want to hear all about and laugh at. So, we got to pay some bills, ladies and gentlemen. Hit you with some affiliates here. Code unpaid. Home Gym Con, Freedom Fitness Equipment, and the Strength Co. Apparel. Those are all our friends that you can, and Barbell Rescue, as I clicked the wrong one off from, we didn't fix that from last week, did I? Or one of us did that wrong. So, Barbell Rescue, Home Gym Con, Freedom Fitness Equipment, Strength Co. Apparel, code unpaid. All those locations save you a little bit of money. And we can roll this right into Unpaid or Underrated, a game that Antonio created all by himself, from what Tanner told us. No, but last week Tanner explaining that last week and listening back to it this week, I was giggling. Yeah, it was so good because he was like, it's funny to watch someone who's usually so on the ball, like slightly get caught off guard and have to and like that's how I feel half the time on this when people ask us stuff or something, or it's just like, yes, it's funny. But yeah, unpaid or underrated. brand new game we came up with all by ourselves here. We're going to give him about 6 to 8 nice little hand-picked topics just for him, and he's going to go through and use his druthers and explain to us if he thinks they're unpaid, which would be the equivalent of overrated because no one wants to be unpaid, or underrated, which would be pretty great. So I'm going to hit you off here with mine. I want to hear about, what you think about Facebook Marketplace deals.
I think
Marketplace in a whole.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go opposite. I would say many times it's unpaid. God, there's so many time wasters and just shitty people out in the world. But the juice is worth the squeeze if you're patient enough. As my wife says, she is not worried about me cheating. She is worried about me messaging with some random dude in Tinley Park that's got a deal on weights. So, but I will say it can be a frustrating process. But that's what keeps me going. I guess keeps my attention.
Nice. Unpaid or underrated? What do you think about Rep Fitness? That big old Colorado business. They're not in Colorado. It's the joke. So I know how you feel about it. I want to hear you tell them.
Yeah. For those that love Rep Fitness, and I've got Rep Fitness stuff, but I go unpaid just because I think they play up the fact that, it's designed in Colorado. It is white labeled Alibaba stuff that you guys have the market cornered on, that you're close to charging, rogue prices for.
It's fair.
I just, people go nuts for it. And it sets me off.
Nice. Good answer. Good answer. Ooh, last one. Unpaid or underrated? Jack Daniels.
Oh, underrated.
Okay.
I love me some Jack Daniels.
Not just the OG one, or don't they have like different labels of Jack Daniels too?
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing with Jack Daniels. Yes, I'll drink the OG. When you talk about a mixer, it's Jack and Diet. Like I could drink that. If there's nothing there, if you go to a place, they got Jack.
Cigarette.
Yeah, Jack and Diet, I can do. But when you look at the 10-year, the 12-year, the 14-year that they came up with, I had last year's Coy Hill. They have some underrated, insanely good, bourbon if you're lucky enough to find them. So yeah, Jack Daniels. People think of like Frank Sinatra but now they're coming up with some really good stuff. So when it comes to a distillery, I would underrated.
Well, those are my three. We'll pass that baton over and round this out.
Aye. Unpaid or underrated? Buffalo Trace.
I mean, clearly, so similar. I feel like I'm writing the line on some of these. If you can get Buffalo Trace at retail.
What is Buffalo Trace for anyone like me that doesn't know what you're talking about?
Even I know.
Buffalo Trace is a distillery that makes.
I assumed it was like an artist or something. I was like,
yeah, they make a lot of bourbon, like they got Blanton's, Elmer T. Lee. They've got they make the Weller line, and it's allocated. And I don't want to go down a tangent of distilleries and distributors, and when something's allocated, basically it sells for way over retail. And Blanton's is a phenomenal $60 bottle of bourbon that people regularly pay $150 for. I ain't paying $150 for no Buffalo Trace, nothing. So in that note, I mean, unpaid, because I am not paying anything over retail for some of that stuff. But people love it, and God bless them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do enjoy a good Buffalo Trace, but up here in Canada, bourbon is limited, right? So, unpaid or underrated reaction videos.
Oh God. So to paint the picture, the ones that really irk me and are unpaid, there's some funny videos on the internet, but it's the one where someone does like a side by side and they're like watching it and they do the fake laugh and they're just like, ah. And it's like, you literally made a video of you laughing at a video. It's similar to, the car rant you had the other day, but it's like, you literally did nothing.
Yep.
You mean our car rant?
Exaggerated facial expressions and shared a video that somebody else made.
There's two other versions of that. Okay. It'll be somebody, like a video will happen and then it'll cut to the person making the video and it's just them. So let's say they're showing workplace mishaps and it'll cut to them in a vest and a hard hat.
Yeah.
And it's just them looking at it being like, oh, and then they turn to the next one, they go, oh, and then there's a dude and then there's a girl with big tits. And it's like, it's the same video where you didn't do anything. You just either are a guy who has a following or you are a girl with large breasts. And all you're doing is posting a video of you looking at that video.
Yeah, I hate those for the fucking.
Yeah, I fucking hate the internet in general. And that's what my car rant was about. And you fuckers took it from me. But anyway, in a funny way. No,
crew rant.
I'm very happy about that. That was good work. But still, now the move is somebody needs to take my video and have them do a stitch side by side, pointing and agreeing with me the whole time for the entire video. Like, that would be very funny.
Well, did you, our guest next week, Man Who Parks and Jim, did that to the one that Nate posted. So if you haven't seen that, go. It was on his podcast page, not his personal, so he doesn't have as many followers there. But if I remember, I'll send it.
So I didn't get tagged in my own video about my own video.
Well, it was Nate.
Fuck, I hate the internet.
So,
see, you see,
and Jason doesn't know us for that well. Didn't know
that was my video, and then it got recreated, and then it got in. I hate the internet. Unpaid or underrated the resistance curve?
Man, it is unpaid.
What's the resistance curve?
So
teach me something.
There's people, and I'll use just a leg extension or a leg curl machine. People just get wrapped up in the resistance curve, and this machine has a better resistance curve than this machine, and and this is ironic coming from a frumpy fat guy who is a self-described chode, but just lift fucking weight and you will get strong. Like the 0.5% extra eccentric on the top, it just drives me nuts. And I think people just get wrapped up and lost in something that I'm sure scientifically is accurate, but if you just did maybe 3 more reps on something else, you would get just as strong.
Just pick up the barbell.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. I guess this is my last one. Unpaid or underrated menopause pregnancies?
I would say that is underrated. So
there's a whole story there you want to hear.
Yeah, I want all of it. I want to hear about your amazing kids. I want to hear about everything.
So I have 3 kids. I've got one who's out of the house and she's doing quite well, and I appreciate her not asking me for money. My son, 17, who is awesome. He is doing really well and looking forward to the colleges he's getting accepted into. Scare me because they sound very expensive, but so kind of rewind to, gosh, it had to be maybe 13 years ago. So my wife did get diagnosed with breast cancer, and I mean, she went through it, chemo, radiation, it was stage 4, double mastectomy, everything. And, when you go, through something like that, you just, she's been sliced up and diced up. So as she's nearing the end of her treatment, the chemo or the radiation, one of the two, it sent her through menopause. And I think at the time she was, late 20s. So you don't go through menopause when you're in your late 20s,
Oh
but
wow. Okay.
all the treatment she went through, did. And we had the conversation. They were like, "Hey, this happens," and we're like, "Hey, we got 2 kids. We're good. As long as she, makes it through, healthy, we're fine." So she's going through, she's almost done with treatments at this point, and she has been through so many surgeries that we know the drill. You see this doctor, you see this other doctor, and then the last step is the anesthesiologist. They come, and then 15 minutes later they roll her off. So we're sitting in this room for like an hour, and we start looking at each other like, what's going on? Like, they forgot about us? Like, what is happening? And so they come back, and they're like, "So we got some good news and some bad news." And we're like, I guess the bad, because we want to start with that. They're like, "Well, we can't do the surgery." So we're like, "Okay, well, yeah, and what's the good news?" They're like, "Oh, congratulations." So I like to joke, because my wife did come out of menopause at the end of her treatment, and she got pregnant with my daughter, which was scary at the time because she had been through so many treatments that it was high risk. My daughter's 13 now. She's very healthy, but we joke that I am such a studly man that I knocked the menopause out of her, and just squeezed another child out. So, but
Yeah.
it's a blessing. You go through something like that, and it puts into perspective what's really important. So when people say sometimes I'm kind of nonchalant, I'm not going to sweat something stupid like a resistance curve. I'm just not.
Well, I won't be at Crew Falls, but send your wife my love, even though I won't meet her. I'd love to, because that sounds awesome. And she's doing good now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, 13 plus years of cancer free. So
Beautiful.
he actually volunteers with groups to kind of mentor ladies that are going through it, which I have the utmost admiration, because it's just emotionally just the toll it takes on you. But she's when you've been through it, you want to help others, through the same.
Pay
So
it forward, yeah.
yeah.
Yep, that's
And
awesome.
I will say, wherever I take her, people like her exponentially more than me. So,
I mean, I already like her more than you. I don't even know her.
You're gonna be sitting in the corner at Crew Falls, and she's gonna be the one out there making friends. Yeah, I
Why'd you
can
bring
already
El
see it.
Pinche? What the fuck? We didn't need him here. The Debbie Downer. No, that's awesome. Um, Stephanie had a brief procedure over the weekend or last week, whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but she did have to go under anesthesia. Everything's fine. Everything, all the tests came back what we wanted them to. So, but when she was coming out of anesthesia, it was only the second or third time I've like been in her presence that she's coming out. She was very woozy, but like the main thing that stuck out was like there was a period there where she was like she was telling me how lucky she was to have me, and I was just like, oh, that was like I don't
Aw.
care if it's your drug brain or not, like that is still a true feeling. Like it was like a drunk man's words or a sober man's thoughts kind of thing. I'm
No,
assuming
anesthesia
anesthesia.
is not the same, dude.
I don't. Well,
No.
I granted she was still herself. Like she was
Yeah.
like super professional to the doctors. Like had a conversation with the doctors that she doesn't remember. Very pleasant. Like very. I mean, this is like her with like barely able to talk.
But
I don't know. It was just the whole anesthesia thing that made me think of that. So
I love that story, and I love Stephanie, and I love you. But no, anesthesia is
yeah, I've
very
never had it, so
is
I wouldn't.
oh, it's very different. I think when I had my wisdom teeth out, I don't remember it, but I woke up in the bathroom,
Hmm.
standing over the toilet, and people were knocking on the door. And I finally was like, huh? And I opened the door, and they were like, you've been in here for 35 minutes. And I was like, but I had to pee.
That's funny.
Like, I was so fucking done. Like,
Yeah.
oh, but I had to pee.
I did feel
Anyway,
bad for her because her appointment was like end of day Friday basically, so she had to fast for like a significant period of time. Then it wasn't just like wake up and go in and have the procedure done, so it was very unpleasant. It was very unpaid for her for sure.
yeah, those are very unpaid.
So let's see. We don't have to do the yeah. Let's you got anything for us there, Pinche?
You can't just throw that word around.
It's his name, L, and it's
Yeah,
it's Buddy.
I know, but like Aaron's gonna listen to this and be like he's gonna have a different perspective.
I don't know. Nobody listens to Mofo's opinions. He's got too many.
So I do have some
Love you, buddy.
questions
Yeah.
For you guys.
Anything,
So
everything. No worries.
I'll start with Joey.
Mm.
So if Keith had to describe you in one word, what word do you hope he'd use versus what word he would actually use?
This is funny.
I think he would probably use annoying. Yeah, I think he would use annoying or distant. That might be another one.
I go distant before annoying.
Yeah, because like I'm so unreadable at times, and I apologize because a lot of the times I'm just fucking not around. Especially now that my job isn't on my phone, I'm not looking at my phone for like 10 hours a day. I would hope he would use friend. I would want to hear that. I would want to hear that. I know that like we do this like odd couple deal on here, but I do think that there isn't a day that we don't talk. And it might be about the podcast. We might even just rant to each other about something happening in our lives in the group chat. But like there isn't a day I talk to Keith as much as I talk to my wife. And I don't talk to anybody else that much. Not my brother, not my best friends, nobody. It's us and my wife. Like that's I'll go in there sometimes and be like, fucking work sucked today, and he'll do the same. So yeah, I think he would use annoying or distant, but I would hope he would say friend at some point.
Fair.
Okay.
You're good.
All right, Keith. What's your guilty pleasure tangent topic that you secretly hopes comes up every episode?
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, like weights and shit, I guess, but I can feel like I've talked those to death. I like ripping on things that really piss people off and like hearing like valid reasons why this pisses you off, not just like it's my opinion, but like I like origin stories of anger and pissing like I don't know. I just like a good like spiteful story and like maybe that's more of I want to hear someone tell me how they were spiteful to someone in a story. Like that's always fun because I feel being spiteful to someone and like kind of getting one over on them, and it's always fun. So basically just being in the let's see, being a dick, but a justified dick, if you will. Like I don't know how to describe it better than that, but kind of claiming some piece back from some asshole that stole it from you. But as far as like I don't know, that's not really a talk. I thought the whole time I was waiting to like answer the question you asked him in my head, and then now I'm like, oh, curveball, fuck. I don't know. I feel like we've talked so many topics, and I also like I know I go on tangents, but it is like it's your episode, so it's nice to not always have stuff be about me. I don't know. I'm trying to. What do you like? What do I get animated? I get animated about a lot of stuff, but I'm not. Joey seemed like he knew what I was going to say, but I can't think of what he was trying to think about. I don't think, or maybe he was just waiting to see what I said because I don't know. I like a lot of stuff, but I also we're here every week, so I don't need to talk about my likes every week. It's more about expanding and learning about people.
Okay. So I guess one question that you could both answer, if you could replace your partner with a celebrity co-host, who would it be and why?
Holy fuck.
You're very confrontational.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Talking shit about us in the ad read. Not you. Fuck. What celebrity? I don't know. Most celebrities are douchebags.
Oh, that is very true.
But I guess a celebrity could be anyone that has like an influence. I'd love to podcast with Tanner. That would be fun, but I don't want to steal. That obviously it wouldn't work out because they got their own thing. So like, who would I want to? Like, who do I?
Like this podcast?
Yeah,
Nobody.
yeah. There's no one. The celebrities we've had on were
those
were hit or
were
miss.
all
Some were good.
low balls.
One was good, and the others were. Oh yeah.
One was good, and she's not even in crew anymore. Um,
I don't really have any. I don't. Finding someone to put in the work every week and show up availability, accountability, being here every week, or 90% of the time, 98% of the time is what the podcast needs. So anyone that's a celebrity wouldn't put that into this podcast, and this podcast wouldn't exist. So my friend and I need each other to keep this thing going. So I won't answer that on principle of, if it was more of a, who do I want to, I can't even say like, who do I want to have on as a celebrity, because this isn't, I don't know, it's not that. I know it's just a generic question, but like I don't have a good generic answer because it contradicts everything that we do here.
I would also say the other argument is, who haven't we had on that we want on? Right? Like I think that would be the problem. Is I wanted Huck Finn on at some point. Got him.
Yep.
Right? Like wanted Mostly Squat Videos Matt on. Got him. Right? More than once. Wanted Jen on, got her. The Masnomics wives, got them. I don't think there's been anybody that I've really wanted on this podcast. I don't think I haven't got yet.
Everyone else that I want has already been on either a home gym podcast or Massonomics or some other, like, I don't want to.
But can they come and talk about crew?
Well, yeah, that's my problem. Also don't want to run them. I don't want to run back. Some of them could, like Gluck and Brandon are technically both crew, and they both in the Discord, but they're not.
Carp brought up somebody, but we're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know that it would be a great episode with Brandon or Gluck. Like, they're great guys. They're my friends. I've talked to them multiple times a couple times in person and whatnot. But it's like, that's not what this is. That would be like my side podcast. That's like something else. That's like not crew. That's like in this parallel universe. If I had taken Jacob on his offer like 3 or 4 years ago to like do a home gym podcast of my own, and I was like, I never really did that. But this isn't that. Like, this is better than that, because I could only talk so much home gym stuff week in and week out, and that's why most of the home gym podcasts are bi-weekly, or well, bi-month. Bi-weekly that's what's every other week? Is that
bi-weekly?
Okay, because I think I said that to somebody the other day, and they were like, my buddy misinterpreted it, or I missaid it, because I was like, I meant to say every other month, and I said bi-monthly, and he was like, oh, so like twice a month, and I'm like, no, like every other month, because like no one, like my lift parties are like getting like very sporadic of when people show up. So like it'll be like 2 people one time and then like 10 the next. So I was like, maybe I spread it out a little bit and it'll be more consistent, more engaged. So I've definitely fucked up bi-weekly and bi-monthly. So sorry.
So let's just, if we could, rework that question. Antonio, are you comfortable with that? I know it's your question. Yeah. Is there a celebrity that, if it wasn't about crew, that you could have on as a guest? Who would it be? Because I know like that one was very hard to answer.
I think you almost have to be a kid to care about celebrities, don't you? Like, I don't no, I don't put people on the pedestal anymore. Really don't. Like, I've met my people that I thought were celebrities and that I like were supposed to like be in awe of, and a lot of them ended up being fucking douchebags. So like, I don't know.
Honestly, like if we could pull off Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'd have him on here in a fucking minute, because he seems like a ton of fun. Mick Foley, like wrestling people that I would easily have on here and be like, let's just talk about wrestling for an hour. Right? It's not a crew episode, or it's not even unpaid and underrated. It's just whatever. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you could have one person where like, let's Zoom call and I just want to ask you a million questions.
I want to get old Buddy Caps on before Tanner. That'd be kind of fun. Because I could just rub that in Tanner's face for like the next 10 years.
So I heard that's in the works.
Well, that might be pre-show grease. So if it is, nobody heard that, but I'm not sure. I think it's he hinted at it. No, he shared an email.
Yeah,
he shared an email where he blacked out some stuff. So yeah, we'll see.
Especially if it airs before the table talks with the Massonomics guys.
I'm still waiting for their second. One thing we'll kind of put the spotlight on them for a minute. Like I'm so intrigued at where this live recording of the 500th episode is going to be. It's like so like because they've hinted at it a little bit, and I've tried to I've tried to get him to open up.
It's in October though, right?
Yeah, it's the October 11th. It's my wedding anniversary. They're having it to celebrate my 17th anniversary.
They're doing it for you, are they? Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's because Stephanie joined the crew now, so they knew it was for us. But I'm intrigued by that. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on crew in general. So I think if you're listening to this, you already know that, and the fact that we didn't really have any answers of who do we want to get on or who do we want to replace, it's because like we have a good thing going.
Yeah, I genuinely want more Antonios on. We
got 9 of. If you look at the schedule, there's a lot of people that I could tell you outside of 1 or 2 of the upcoming guests, I've got very little interaction with. So there's going to be a lot of these not having a ton of Discord with the guests going into it, which is kind of going to be new territory for us because I feel like the first 2 years, well, at least for me, you fucking don't know anybody, so like every week it's someone new for you. But for me, it's like I've put these together with people that I know, and now I'm like not necessarily running out of people that I know. It's just like I know people less, and I know at some point is my brain gonna break because I'm having to juggle like 400 fucking people on first name basis that we've talked to on a regular basis between home gym con and crew and Massonomics and all that. It's just like my brain is filling up.
Big Carp said Keith and Joey are a celebrity to some people. Just saying. And it's like, oh, thanks, man. Cool if that was true, stop it. Stop it. I do have a skeleton and you have a head.
I was gonna say, at some point, I would not mind a Joey head to put next to the Keith head on my press.
So the funny thing is, if that ever happens, it will be the skeleton head. It won't be me. Because that's Keith here, by the way. That's even funnier.
Be funny.
Put me on the mailing list of pen pals.
Yeah, a Joey skeleton head. That would be the funniest thing ever. Because that would include so many. That would include Ryan. That would include me and Keith. There's a whole backstory to that. If anybody wants to know about it, you have to go listen to that episode where we talked about it.
The home gym stickers are just getting wild. There's so many.
Ryan will make it.
One of my friends,
Carp, stop making me laugh on this episode.
You're right. I like somewhat. I mean, I've had to do it myself. Like, hey, who's sticker? Like, you have to like privately ask a couple people that are like into it as much or more than you. Like, do you know who this is? And they're like, oh, I don't fucking know whose sticker that is. And so like, I periodically will get those texts, and I'm like, do you know what this sticker is? Because I don't fucking know who sent me this or where I accumulated this over the last year. And I'm like, yeah, that's such and such.
All right.
Well, boys, I think we can bring this one in for a landing.
Unless you have other questions, Antonio?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Was that it? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We ran with that last one for 20 minutes, so I figured.
So maybe this one's more self-serving. My question, Big Joey, is my wife and I do like doing road trips, and if I were to drive to our neighbors to the north, I've never been to Canada. Where would you recommend we go? Like, where do I have to?
So, like, anywhere in Canada, or just like in distance of you?
No, just what in Canada would I say? Wow,
So my favorite part of Canada is Halifax in Nova Scotia. They have the Titanic and they have the Pirate Museum, the Titanic Museum. They have a pirate museum. There's a lot of really great history, which focuses, unfortunately, on death a lot, because they talk about the Halifax explosion a lot, which was before the Hiroshima bomb, the largest man-made explosion in the world. Killed thousands, possibly millions. I can't recall off the top of my head. General Ross is buried in Halifax. He was the general that burned down the White House. It's just such a history full city, and it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. There's also a place called Banff, which is on the opposite end of the continent in Alberta. It's a federal reserve, so you do have to pay to get in. You have to tell them how long you're staying, where you're staying, and all that kind of stuff. But there's a city in there. There's a Fairmont hotel that is just the oldest hotel. A lot of Australian people live and work there because they're all exchange students, but it's also very gorgeous. And if you're going to Ontario, you're probably going to want to go northern Ontario. So probably up to the Muskokas or the Huntsville area where things are just nice. Sault Ste. Marie is gorgeous. Just don't go downtown Sault Ste. Marie. I would say those are like, you're going to get the most Canada. You're going to get up there and go, yeah, this is Canada, right? When you go to those three places.
It's going to feel like I'm back in Minnesota.
No. No.
When we were in Minnesota, I would always joke that we moved to Canada.
Yeah,
probably like this Chicago bastard.
Yeah, that would be a joke somebody who's never been to Canada would say.
Yeah.
Because you're in Minnesota, that's fine, but you're up in the Muskokas, and like all the locks are there because bears get into your garbage. And you have to be over your shoulder to make sure there's not wolves behind you. And you have to be looking out for moose because moose will rail your car. Like there's a lot of different. Are you wearing lipstick, Keith?
Zoom. I'm trying to make my camera different, and then I got going down this rabbit hole of fucking virtual effects that I can add to my.
So you added the hussy effect? What the fuck?
Well, I was like, adding a beard isn't really gonna work because I already have a fucking beard. So I was like,
yeah,
I wanted something to stick out. So anyway. Yeah, I want to throw you a loop there.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna rant about the glory and beauty of rural Canada for an hour. Or visit Max up in Iqaluit.
I will make my way north, I swear.
I will make my way up to Max in Iqaluit someday. He doesn't know it. I'm just going to message him one day and be like, I'm on my way. He's way up north. He's up near the North Pole. And that's the part of Canada I want to see the most.
Does your neighbor to the north, Will, does he train at a home gym or does he go to a commercial gym?
Talking to me or him?
You, Will, the lavender guy.
I don't know.
So, because I noticed he is not on the certified training map, because I was like looking at Canada and I'm like, oh, this might be Will because he's an upcoming guest. I'm like, nope, that's not Will. That's somebody like way fucking north. So,
that's Max. That's up.
Yeah.
Max up in Iqaluit. Yeah, he's way up.
I didn't see Will on there. So,
yeah, Will's out east by Scants.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'll double check it, but I didn't see him on there. So, all right. Well, anything else, brother? I'm not trying to rush you out. I was just whatever you got, we can.
No, this was fun.
Awesome.
I had the opportunity to join, and now that I've started listening, I'm gonna keep on.
Well, how are you going to? Now, here's the question: is so you've got you started listening like 6-7 episodes ago. That means there's about 100 episodes you ain't listened to. Actually, no, there's like 110 episodes you haven't consumed. Are you going to make any attempts to kind of get to know people? Are you going to, so there has to be, so you didn't necessarily go cherry pick. You just started at Robos and then kept listening. So have you gone through like the list? I know the list is kind of hard because we just recently started adding the guest name, making it significantly easier for people to figure out who the guest is, but you can go off the thumbnails and just scroll through. So it's, who you met at Home Gym Con. You probably met at least, there's no way there's not at least 10 more people that were at Home Gym Con that have episodes on here that you could go listen to their episode. Is that something you're going to, rise to the challenge and, try to do, or you just can say,
yeah, so I'll be honest. I watch YouTube and if it doesn't have video,
I get it.
It's hard to keep my attention. But what I realize, as I'm working out, if I play it, I don't have to. So now I could just have it play, and it's like having kind of the radio on, and
Yeah, we're
you know.
not. I don't think we're ever going to do video. I don't want to do video necessarily because we're so
Yeah.
used. We literally went 2 years without doing video, and like
Yeah.
if I'm like scratching my nose or something, I don't want some asshole to like make all these pictures of. We're just.
I'd be
I don't.
fine.
I wouldn't love it, but it is what it is. If we wanted to do it, but then it's also we'd have to get onto a whole new thing and switch from probably Zoom to Riverside to when Nate makes an edit, it makes an edit in the video also because no one's gonna. I'm not gonna ask Nate to fucking edit two separate things. And I guess if he didn't,
Yeah,
he could
that's
just
fair.
post. He could just post the original thing to YouTube, but then it wouldn't have all the shit that he adds, and it'd be really hard to do the pre and post show because he tweaks that a little bit. So like
Yeah.
first and foremost, we are a podcast, and it's a luxury for anyone that likes to consume podcast on YouTube that it's on YouTube now because it wasn't for the first like year and a half probably. So I don't know, man. I don't see a. If we were making money off this and we were getting ad revenue from YouTube, sure, let's do that. We're like negative thousands of dollars on this podcast between computers and stickers and fucking.
Yeah.
We're negative hundreds, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars if you paid if Joey and I paid ourselves a wage and Nate, if we all paid ourselves $20 an hour to do the podcast, including like everything that we do, we'd literally be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So no, we're not making money here. We're just having fun. So
And I
I'm not
wouldn't
gonna.
trade it for a thing.
No, and I'm not going to cater to like the 6 people that want to watch our faces on YouTube because
Nobody wants to see this.
listen to a fucking podcast, man. It's a
Look at the way this light makes me fucking look red.
but I do listen to everyone that I do appreciate everyone that consumes. I don't know. For us to get on YouTube, we'd have to reformat everything and switch to I don't know. Nate will figure it out someday if he really wants it to be, but I'm not concerned about being on YouTube
Yeah.
more
I
than
think
what we
you
are with the
is
thumbnail.
what I watch, I've got the Roku in the gym, and I just find something and start it out.
I am curious if our watch if we've gotten more listeners because I've had multiple people that tell me like they only I keep saying consume, but it's like that's the perfect word. They only consume media via YouTube in the gym, and like they're not gonna like pull up Spotify or something. So but now that they can do that, I don't know. I feel like there are people that definitely do that with just the thumbnail that we post up, and I don't know. It's not getting 0 views a week, but is it getting more than 20? Probably not. So when we're getting hundreds of downloads on audio devices, we're gonna stick with that.
That's fair.
But you want to go ahead and hit them. Speaking of YouTube, I want you to plug your YouTube. I want you to plug your Instagram. Let everyone know who this was and where they can find you.
Yeah, so I am Antonio Becerra, El Pinche Becerra. Instagram, you can find me at Pinche Becerra, lifting weights maybe, or sometimes just making faces. And then YouTube, El Pinche Becerra's gym, gym at El Pinche Becerra on YouTube, where hopefully I am getting better at saying words.
Nice. And I just want to make sure that as you say that every time, we're using fucker as the inflection for pinche each time. It's we're not being nice. It's fucker every time, right?
So it's a good adjective.
Yeah, good deal. Jerry, where are you
at? Joey_Molesko, MLECZKO on the Instagrams.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. Unpaid and Underrated Podcast is on Instagram. Website, unpaidinternpodcast.com. Nate, appreciate you going through and starting adding the guest names. Gary did volunteer to go through on YouTube and the website if you wanted him to start adding people's names. I figured YouTube maybe, but I don't know. Nate, when you hear this, Big Nate, let Gary know. He's probably going to be having some downtime.
So many so many
But that was when they're consecutive. That only counts as one.
I
don't think that counts. You can't. That's if it's in the same breath, it's only one. We have a YouTube also. Probably not as many followers as Antonio, but we're doing our best. And I am Keith Honeycutt 73 on Instagram. More importantly, go follow my Orange Gym, the No Wine Cellar. And until then, see you next Tuesday. All right. Well, it looks like you took care of everything on the questionnaire. You got a good picture to us.
No, I want gnomes.
Well, you might have to have ChatGPT and AI do you some gnomes because I don't know that Nate's going to be able to
AI.
I don't know that Nate can do much with that. Just say, Nate, make this a gnome. Do what you always do that takes forever, but then make it a gnome and do it harder.
I can ask nicely.
No, I know, no, I know, but it's like Nate's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna be out of town for the next like 79 out of 80 hours.
Yeah, he's a busy dink. Or what? He's not a dink. He's a double income, 100 kids.
The trifecta children.
Hong Kong.